one thing I know I mentioned Denver briefly. I know we've gone over that final sequence with a fine-tooth comb, man. In the aftermath, Dan, if you're Russ and Nathaniel Hackett and you're looking over that, Hackett came out after the game and said that was their plan. They wanted to get their kicker to that spot. They felt like that was comfortable there. As you digest this after, what's that conversation like after between Russell Wilson and your head coach, who's the offensive play caller?
So, great question. We're actually going to do this on live today. I'd say this. So, I've gone back and forth, man, right? The 4th and 6 call, my view on it, Mike, is like, how did it get to that, right? Like, how did it actually get to that? Because, and this is what I'm doing today. So, with 2 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock, they got 2nd and 4 in that 2-minute drill, right? They got 3 timeouts, the 2-minute warning, and Seattle gets a guy on defense to get hurt. We're talking 5 clock stoppages potentially, right? 2nd and 4, 2:33 on the clock. They run the football, get 2 yards. Now we're at 3rd and 2. They let the ball go all the way down to the 2-minute warning. Fine. It's essentially another timeout, right? It's 3rd and 2 at the start of the 2-minute warning. On this sideline in that moment, this should be the conversation. Hey, fellas, when we get our first down, this is the play we go to. This is the play that we're going to go to, right? So once we get this first down, no matter where it goes or what the play result is, we're getting this first down, right? First down happens. Mike, they don't snap the ball again until 1:24. 36 seconds are off the clock. That's issue number 1. Number 2, the play of the game for me is that first down play because they throw that screen pass to Javonte. Yeah. Cody Barton makes the play. If he don't make that play, we ain't getting 4th and 6, man. Javonte Williams hitting his head on the goalpost. It's a touchdown. So the play is a tremendous play to be made. So now we're at 2nd and 14. Call timeout. These are 2 massive plays. You got 3 timeouts. Call timeout. What's the play that we want to get to? Because you can only get to so much in your no-huddle fast package, right? In that moment, if I'm Russ and I got to pop this timeout, hey, what's the play that we love the most? And so we could get to 3rd and 3 maybe, you know? And so the lack of the timeout in that situation leads to that incomplete pass, bounce ball, and then you're at 3rd and 15, and we're like, oh, now we're in a bad situation, dude, you know? So I really thought the 2-minute warning conversation could not have been as detailed as it should have been. And I think that in that play by Cody Barton loses the game, essentially. And one of the points that I'm going to make today is like the big thing for Denver, because it's obviously very loud on the outside right now, is you can't allow that now to affect how you're going to do business in the future decision-making wise. You can't next week on 4th and 8 at the 30-yard line just get overly aggressive because you don't want people to think that you're, cautious, So the whole management of it, and the wildest part, and I know I'm going here a little bit, Bud, but the wildest part to me is the start of that drive. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman put up the graphic that he's 2nd in the league in the last 2 years with fourth quarter comebacks. So he's been in that world a bunch. And then Nathaniel Hackett comes from Green Bay, who Aaron Rodgers is like the best in the league at it over the last couple of years. And to handle it that poorly with those 2 cats, it's like I can't blame it on first-time head coach,
Yeah, no, I'm stunned. And you talk about the effect that crowd had of the game all day, all the pre-snap penalties. Russ, while he had experienced that as the home quarterback and obviously hadn't dealt with the noise, he knew what that place is capable of. I'm sure if anyone was going to be able to tell that team what they were walking into, it was Russ, which made it really start to finish how sloppy that was, even more surprising to me across the board for that team.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why you don't want to react. I mean, 2 fumbles on the 1-yard line and the 14 penalties. Those 14 penalties, just doing the equations of it, gave Seattle or took away 10 total points in that football game. So you're not going to play that poorly again if you're Denver. So while you lose, you're like, man, the coaches will find the positives of it. So I'm not going to overreact, but yeah, it's a game that you sit there and go, we gave that one away. Now you got to go win 2 that you shouldn't.